What's going on, everyone? My name is Jorge Taborda, and I wanted to come on here because I wanted to share my story of how I even found these powerful formulas that are behind me, which are Synergy Wellness formulas. It really all started with a performance. A friend of mine reached out to me asking me if I knew two actors that would be available to do his show. Long story short, I ended up being one of the two, and from there I got to meet a very wonderful human being who unfortunately is no longer here with us in this present world. He left about a little over a year ago. Had I not met this gentleman, he would not have been able to introduce me to these formulas and share his story of how he used to be on high blood pressure meds, his wife's story who struggled with IBS and noticed an 80% improvement, and of course his daughter's story, which is still incredible to this day, how she noticed a huge improvement with crippling anxious periods and low periods and moods, to the point where happiness was actually felt for the first time. And that really stuck with me. And so I wanted to know more about it, and he guided me to these formulas that his foundation carried, and also guided me to the guy who has been using these in his practice for 15 plus years. Ever since I sat in front of Dr. Tim and shared a huge perspective of health that I thought I was crazy for looking into, made me realize that there are people out there looking for a different solution in a much more functional way, in a much more nutritional way, in a way that there's little to no side effects occurring. And because of my friend Enrique, I was able to utilize these on myself, and I've noticed that I wasn't struggling as much with indigestion. I wasn't struggling as much with energy. I actually had energy. I actually felt some days where I would do a couple of activities and I wanted to take a nap, but I actually had the energy to continue, which I didn't even think was possible. The fact that I am more regular, I don't struggle that much with having to break down my foods. I'm not as gassy or bloaty. There's no secret, you could see that I also still struggle with psoriasis, but at the time it was a lot worse. And because of these formulas, and along with implying other protocols such as adjustments, watching what I eat, processed foods, eliminating those, eliminating as much sugar as possible, I've started to notice a huge improvement on it. I'm still working on it. It's still a work in progress, but had it not been for those, there probably would not have been that much of a difference made. The reason I'm in here right now is because I want to share these with you. And if you're currently somebody who is struggling with energy, you're struggling with indigestion, you're struggling with regularity, maybe you're struggling with low periods and moods, you're struggling with anxious periods, we have a potential solution, and we want to bring this solution over to you. And if that is something that sounds like it rings true to you, then let's help you. Get in touch with me. I'll be more than happy to help you get started on the journey of wellness.